Welcome back to TW23 here on MUTV. As the school year winds down and finals are approaching, we want to take our minds off all of that and look ahead to next fall, as well as look back at some of our favorite moments of the year. So let's first take a look at the football team. You know, not the best start, not the best season at all.
Yeah.
How they would have won, coming off back-to-back SEC East titles. Just what went wrong here? What happened?
You know, it's interesting that that you say that. The defense was really the only strong part about this team. The biggest problem was offense. They had an inconsistent quarterback, didn't have a good line, receivers that were young. So I think the big thing coming into this next year is having that transfer from Alabama, Chris Black, seeing if bringing his experience in. Hopefully he's able to mentor and teach these young receivers how to go out there and play effectively. And I think the biggest thing with this defense, having Kentrell Brothers being gone, 152 tackles last year, leading the nation in tackles. Who's going to step up? Who's going to be able to replace some of those big hits and some of those big plays that he's had that made our defense that successful? Yeah,
for sure. What I'm looking forward to the most actually is new head coach Barry Odom, seeing how he will take the reins, take full control of his team, and see what he can do, moving from the defensive coordinator now to the head coach position, giving him that kind of power, and seeing how, given like the recruiting class he kind of scrapped together very last minute, seeing how that pans out, and also the development of the younger players. Drew Lock, the main one, coming in, starting a majority of the games in the latter half of the season. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out.
It really will. A lot of questions surrounding the football team. But now moving on, we'll talk about the soccer team, who was second in the SEC last year, getting an early departure in the SEC tournament by LSU. Overall record of 9-5. What do you see coming out of this next year?
It's been great. This season especially was fantastic. They were 7-2-2 in SEC play. And like you said, finished second, and that was their best SEC record in program history, which was just set again last year. So they're just like on the upward trend. They set program records for total attendance and attendance in the game. So good team. People are coming to watch the team. Very exciting to watch. They've had some great moments this season too. Yeah,
exactly. They had a great season this year. Losing 5 seniors though, so I think it'll be interesting to see who's going to step up. Losing a core part of their program. We'll look and see who's going to really step up and take the reins for this team.
Yeah, like that's a big part of it. The leadership, the experience is something that's invaluable. You can't, teach that just besides experience itself. So it'll be interesting losing all the 5 seniors, how the next group can, step up and take that leadership role on themselves.
Exactly right. Moving on now, we'll go to the volleyball team, who had one of their best program history records ever last year. Making it to the tournament, having an early departure there as well. What did you see from last year that you're hoping to look forward to coming into this next year?
Well, definitely don't sleep on that Kansas team they lost to in the tournament. Obviously not ideal for Missouri, but they made it past the first round, first time in a while. Then they got bounced by Kansas, so that was unfortunate for them. But they're returning. They're also a very young team, returning everyone except Reagan Peltier. So they have a great returning cast. They've got some new freshmen. Alyssa Munlin was freshman of the year in the SEC, and she led the team in blocks, most in program history, and of course Carly Kahn. There's no more to say. She's been fantastic all around.
She's going to bring it every night, and she brought it every night last year. It'll be interesting to see if she can carry that on to next year, and if she'll be able to really lead this team farther than they did this past year.
Right, and I have no doubt they're definitely going to get better because, like I said, now with that experience, the tournament experience, something that couldn't be taught, and now that they have that, this young group moving on, only one senior leaving. It's on them, but I think that they're definitely capable of making a run this next season in the tournament.
Absolutely. It truly has been an eventful year at Mizzou, for Mizzou sports. Troy and myself have enjoyed it all, whether we had a good team or a not so good team. Whichever way it went, there were plays that made us literally had us jumping out of our seats. Here's a look at our favorite plays from this past sports season.
Yeah, coming up number 10, Drew Lock. Here he is, the first game against SEMO, getting some secondary reps, scrambling around, and he will scramble to find Tyler Hunt way down the field, wide open, and that will be his first touchdown of his career at Missouri. It's obviously very, very memorable for him. I'm sure he's going to love that. Everyone loved that. I know that during that game it was just a crazy atmosphere.
Unbelievable. Moving to number 9, big game for Mizzou. Going for Ryan Luce's very emotional night. Playing for Coach Luce's daughter. Naaman Wright gets the steal here and comes up, one-hands it. One of the biggest sparks of the year.
It was a great game overall. Back to SEMO again in this first football game. The defense showing up strong here. Block punt somehow finds its way to Arion Penton, and he will bring it back for the touchdown. Take another look. Blocked by none other than Kentrell Brothers. Who else? somehow finds its way. I've watched it so many times. I don't understand how he came up with the
Oh,
ball.
I don't. Defied gravity.
Yeah, for sure. And great score for the Tigers.
Coming in at number 7 early in the month, Ryan Howard with a 3-run bomb against UIC. One of their big wins this year, giving them the 7-4 victory.
Yeah, what a great win, great walk-off run. Coming up in 6th, Lauren Flynn on the soccer team, just over the goalie's head in overtime to get the win against Purdue.
That was a long shot.
I don't know how that even happened. Just out of the goalie's reach.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
just unfortunate.
Unbelievable. Coming in at number 5 here.
Another walk-off.
Oh, walk-off that we were talking about earlier.
You know, Cam brought this up
dribbler right
earlier.
here. Emily Crane, close play. Ooh, she's safe.
Yeah, Cam Redler was there at the game.
Oh, he was.
We'll see the slow-mo
Look
again.
at the slow-mo.
So
Indeed.
close to tell. That could have gone either
went
way.
both ways.
Is it
I don't know.
safe?
We
Out?
won. That's all that matters.
That's true. At number 4, what a performance here by Sophie Cunningham against Wake Forest. She set a program record, 42 points, en route to her Freshman of the Year accolade. She went 6 of 8 from 3. She just couldn't seem to miss out there, honestly.
Yeah,
She was hitting everything. We'll see the stats up there. Take a look. 42 points, 13 of 18 field goals.
Unbelievable.
She did all that game, and 8 rebounds.
Yeah. Moving on, number 3, one of the biggest matches of the year for Missouri wrestling, going against top-ranked Ohio State and defending national champion. Being down early in the match, the Tigers were able to pull out towards the end with a big pin earlier, and then that takedown giving them the lead and helping them to get the win.
Yep, and sticking with wrestling, we talked about this earlier. Jaden Cox, a junior wrestler, over McIntosh of Penn State. With this final play, this final takedown, he will get the win, win his 2nd national title. Like I said earlier, 33-1 on the season. His only loss was a disqualification.
Unbelievable.
Gets the job done.
Coming in at number 1, probably one of the greatest moments in Mizzou history. Coach Pinkel announcing his departure of the team. We'll let you listen here.
Yep, and what a great game that was. Obviously, one of the highlights of the season for the football team as a whole, and a very emotional moment. You know, Pinkel announcing he's retiring after the season. The team rallied to get the win, and that moment after, that says it all. Them dancing together with him. What a fantastic moment.
It was great to see how much Coach Pinkel has meant to them throughout their season. Even though it wasn't a good year, they played their best football game that night. Very emotional. What a crazy year it's been for Missouri sports, and hopefully things will be better next year for some of the teams, but unfortunately that's all the time that we have today.
Yep, and there's a lot more great content here at MUTV, so be sure to check out all new episodes of Tailgaters and Triple Play, as well as following us on Twitter and Facebook. You can find the Twitter at 23SportsMUTV. Get all the sports updates from Mizzou Sports.
Yep, you can also check out episodes of all the MUTV shows and read up on every Mizzou sporting event at mutv.missouri.edu.
Yep, then be sure to see all the great movies that MUTV Stream has to offer, like Happy Feet.
Ooh, love that movie.
It's a great one. That's a great one, for sure.
Anyway, that's how we'll end things here at TW23. So for our analyst, Danny Shin, my brilliant co-host, Troy D'Souza, and the entire MUTV crew, I'm Thomas Maurer. Good night.